Well, hello, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a fun New Year's Eve and recovered well on New Year's Day. I know it was a slow day for me, and obviously it was for Bree as well. So hopefully your New Year's going well so far. Ours is going spectacularly well. Like Bree said, we have upped our goal for the third time, and we're just really overwhelmed by the response we've gotten. It's very humbling to know that anybody has ever read the blog, let alone so many people that have been willing to donate some money. I know, 2009 wasn't the best year for people and their finances, and the holiday season always is a little bit of pressure. So thank you so much for, excuse me, for donating. I don't have much of a roll call today because since yesterday was a holiday, we didn't get a statement with new donations, but we do know that childhood neighbor Jason DeBloy donated the other day, so thank you to him. And we should have a bigger list for you tomorrow. Because of the way the Smarty Big account works, and it's basically just like any bank, since tomorrow will be a bank day off too, we're going to go ahead and extend this resolution through Monday so that we can update you guys again on Monday and keep taking donations until then. So please keep the donations coming. Pass along the information to anybody who you think would be interested in learning about preeclampsia, or who would enjoy the blog, or who maybe would want to help out. So that's all for that. Here's my story for today. It is for my about my 30th birthday. Actually, Bree and E1 threw a really, really great surprise party for me that year. And, it was turning 30. Birthdays were never really that big of a deal with our family. I mean, you got a card and a little gift, but we had parties when we were, like, small kids, and we had some summer parties in junior high, but it was never, like, a huge deal. And so, whatever, for now. Eric and I might go out to dinner or something on our birthday, but we don't have parties or anything. So for the 30th, we decided to do something a little bit bigger, and we were just going to plan a dinner with some friends. We invited some other couples to meet us out for dinner. And then I was getting together with some work friends, like that Friday, I invited people to come to go out for drinks. And so Eric sent me, he CC'd me on this email to these friends. I was like, here's who we should invite to my birthday dinner. And like 2 people RSVP'd yes, and like no, everyone else is busy. And I'm like, really, you guys? This is like way in advance. It's kind of a big birthday, and I don't know, I kind of felt really bad about it, and I was like, maybe my friends don't like me as much as I thought they did. And I've already got a terrible inferiority complex, so it kind of like was really hard on my ego that all these people were like, oh no, we can't go, we have this. And I'm like, really, that's not even that important. It's my 30th birthday, come on. So I was kind of feeling bummed, but happy that Bree was coming into town from Chicago, and a couple couples said that they could go. And the night before, on that Friday, not very many work friends could show up, and it was a small group, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe some of these people didn't come. I've known them for so long, and it was really disappointing. And then my friend Chad had showed up, and he and Eric were like, oh hey, maybe after Courtney's dinner tomorrow we should all hook up and go out, blah blah. So there's all these elaborate plans. And anyway, so the next day comes, and Bree got into town Saturday afternoon, and we're all getting ready to go, or we're having lunch, and Eric's like, well, I was thinking we should leave the house at like some ridiculous time. I think dinner was maybe at 6 or 7 or something. He's like around 4. I'm like, what? I'm gonna leave around house around 4. That's crazy. He's like, oh no, there was this article in the paper in the date book, and High Life Lounge has this new shot, and it's Jaeger and Tang. And I hate Jaeger. I hate it. So I was like, no, I don't think so. That's not a very good idea. I don't think we need to do shots before dinner at 4 o'clock. That's kind of crazy. And Bree pipes up. She's like, no, that sounds awesome. Jaeger and Tang? That sounds like an amazing combination. I'm like, really? And so they're getting all pumped about this. I'm like, all right, whatever. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. At like 4, So we go, and we get there, and there's, a lot of cars parked down there, but it's like one of those places that people go all day long. And So we walk in, and it's hard to explain. You like come in, and then there's this bar area and like tables and chairs, and then there's like this little room like around over there, and that's where everybody was hiding. So we come in, and there's the bar, and it's a little bit busy in there. So Bree and Eric are like, let's go get drinks. I'm like, oh, I'll get a table. And they're like, no, let's go get drinks. I'm like, no, look, there's like one table left. I'm gonna save the table. And they're like, no, come here. I'm like, whatever, okay. So I walk over there, and I turn around, and I see Jason Smith, who is my good friend Kim's husband. He's a really, really tall guy. And so I was like, oh, look, there's Kim and Jason. And, you know, my dad is literally like, I don't know, like 4 feet away from me, as are pretty much everybody I know. They're all like right there. But I have fixated on this one couple. And I don't even notice that anybody else I know is there. Everybody's kind of like, surprise! I'm like, oh, look, it's everyone I know. And I turned the corner and saw like one person and just like focused in. And they're lovely people. It was just funny that I was literally like 3 feet away from my dad when that happened. So it was a huge surprise. I had no idea that they were planning anything. And as a matter of fact, Heather and I had been talking, I don't know, some weeks before at work about, I think we had gone, or there was kind of another surprise party for another friend a couple months before, and I was like, oh yeah, nobody could ever do a surprise party for me. I'm kind of like Snoopy and in the know, and I always know what's going on everywhere, and yeah, I just really don't think that would work out. So yeah, it did. It worked out very well, and I had no idea, and I drank mini Tangermeisters, and they are in fact delicious, which you wouldn't guess, but they are amazing. And it was a really, really super fun night, and it's one of my favorite memories, and it was all due to Bree and Eric One, who did an amazing job. So thank you to them, and there's my story for today. Thanks. Bye.